The way Stewart-Haas dominated Talladega last year, I think that directly led to the Gibbs-Hendrick secret deal at the Daytona 500 this year.
Great point.
That allowed Hamlin to win.
Denny Hamlin wins his second Daytona 500 and wins it for Coach Gibbs in Toyota.
Denny Hamlin told us that they weren't exactly going out of their way to help each other, but they were definitely drafting each other with each other. What do you make of that?
Where do you get this information, man? That's good stuff.
I'm going to hate tomorrow, but I'm going to love the rest of my life, I can tell you that.
On Monday, following the Daytona 500, Denny Hamlin told Dustin Long about the secret deal between Toyota, Joe Gibbs Racing, and Hendrick Motorsports on how to race against the Fords. What can we expect to see this weekend? I know. Why don't we ask a Ford driver, Ryan Blaney? Ryan Blaney, is this secret deal a real thing?
I don't know. I wasn't a part of it, personally. I saw it. I noticed it for sure. But, I think, we all learned about it like the day before on Sunday morning. That there's chatter in the garage all the time of, who's going to work together. And you never would have thought, the other two manufacturers working together. And as Fords, I think that's what we've done so well in the past is why we've been so successful on the speedways is there's so many of us between us, Stewart-Haas, Roush, Front Row. It's just Wood Brothers. There's so strength in numbers on those places, you guys know. And the other manufacturers, they just didn't have those numbers. And so they, oddly enough, came up with a way to kind of try to beat us. And it worked out for them in the 500, and they did a good job at Talladega too. But it's just kind of how speedway racing is now. Whether you like it or not. It's kind of like a manufacturer war.
Yeah.
You're kind of pitted against them. So I know Denny said you don't go, or Jeff said you didn't go out of your way to help them, but I think us Ford guys, we try to go out of our way to try to hook up to a Ford. Just because you want to try to get in line. I think Brad, myself, Joey, and Paul, we try to do a really good job of finding each other throughout the race. And if we can get all four of us lined up, you can do a lot with 4 cars.
Sure.
And then if you have 4 cars committed, you're going to drag some people with you behind you to help you out through there. So we really do try to make a big emphasis on all the Fords getting together, working with each other, pitting together. You see that a lot. You see all the groups pit together just so you come out on the racetrack and you're formed up really fast.
Who orchestrates that? Does Ford sit down with you guys at any given time during a tapered spacer weekend? Is what it's called now during these races.
Yeah, I think all the teams sit down. That's what all the manufacturers do. I feel like all the teams, all the drivers, all the team principals, they all kind of sit down and make a plan of when they're going to pit, what our fuel window is, and because you just want to be with everybody else. So, I think all those meetings go on.
Yeah.
We have meetings all the time with manufacturers and stuff with Ford, but those stuff it's really important to work together.
Yeah.
And those places, everyone will really have meetings of kind of morale of try to work together. So it's what you got to do.
Bonkers.
Yeah, that's crazy because I obviously raced with your dad and we're there all those years. It's like your owner would say, help your teammate. And you would say, no, I'm not helping him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And now you've got a manufacturer coming in and saying, okay, Stewart-Haas Racing, okay, Penske, okay, Front Row.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna all work together. It's hard for me sometimes to wrap my head around how the sport has changed in that aspect.
Yeah, I remember watching growing up, and it wasn't like that. It's not. You were just kind of for yourself and trying to find your way through there. And now, as how pack racing is now, you have to have strength in numbers, and you have to have good people around you that are going to go with you if you make moves. And what better people around you than your teammates? Sometimes don't work out. Sometimes you get split up, and you hate to dump somebody out, for you to kind of get your way through there. But it happens. You make all these plans before the race, and they rarely go according to plan. You guys know it just circumstance.
Hey, Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.